Throughout the throughout the game My Personal GPS, I have learned a lot about the high five messages which have provided me with insight on how to make better choices by using my learning skills. The high five messages are change is constant, focus on the journey, learning is continuous, team up with others, and follow your heart. I was able to explore all of these throughout the game of My Personal GPS. The high five message, change is constant, is evident throughout life and the game. Whether it is changes in plans made for a meeting next week or changes in life goals, there are always changes happening. To cope with changes, good resiliency skills and supports are extremely important. When faced with challenges, I have learned to not back down but instead to try my best to deal with them, instead of being afraid to. An example in the game where changes occur and I have to adapt to the situation is during the activity. Now what? With the initial goal of finding the history teacher, my avatar runs into a problem and has to change plans to make the best choice for the situation. During this activity, I learned ways to deal with the change and to ask for help from others when needed. The journey is more important than destination is often said to people who are afraid to set out to reach their goals. The high five message, focus on the journey, wants to bring people's attention to the importance of what they learn on their way to reaching their goals. Sometimes I'm so concerned with reaching my goal that I don't remember to pay attention to what happens along the way and make mistakes that could have been avoided. In My Personal GPS, the activity Breakfast Club, my avatar and her friends wanted to set up a breakfast club. While planning for setting up the club, I learned many new things. Before the club could be set up, there were many things that I needed to do, such as knowing the nutrition guidelines, how to set up a club, and many other things. This is an example of how the journey can teach new things. I would never have known any of that if I only focused on reaching my goal. From this message and the game activity, I learned that while trying to reach my set goals, I should also focus on the decisions and problems I encounter along the way because they are valuable learning experiences. The high five message, learning is continuous, is shown every day, every moment. Anything done in life teaches new knowledge and gives experiences. People continue to grow and learn throughout their entire life. An example from the game is during the activity, social citizenship. Throughout the activity, I continuously learned new things about being a better citizen and how to help others. I learned the process that keeps our food banks up and running, something that I had always taken for granted but never knew about. Throughout this activity and my experiences in life, I realized that there is always something more to learn and that gaining new knowledge is continuous and important for reaching future goals. Some tasks cannot be completed without the help of others. I came to realize this throughout my time at school and playing My Personal GPS. Team up with others is one of the high five messages and it brings collaboration and teamwork into focus. Both skills are essential for success no matter what situation. In the past, I have had projects that would have been extremely difficult to complete if I did not work with my group to complete it. We made a plan and split the work, making it easier for everybody. In My Personal GPS, the activity Scavenger Hunt taught me the importance of collaboration. Without good communication and teamwork, it would not have been possible to complete the scavenger hunt. When there are important decisions to make, but too many choices, it is always important to follow your heart. To follow your heart means to know which tasks and goals you would prioritize and to strive to reach them, rather than doing what others want. In the past, I had to make a decision between two events that fell on the same date. When I was unsure which to choose, I thought about which one meant more to me, and that was how I decided. An example from my GPS was during the activity Squirrel. During the activity, people constantly asked my avatar questions, distracting me from completing the math worksheet. Although I wanted to know what they were saying, I knew that completing the work and having free time after was what I wanted. This activity brought attention to the high five message, listen to your heart, and now I know to always remember this when making decisions. Verbal and nonverbal communication skills were equally important in guiding me through My Personal GPS. Throughout the game, there were many mini games and puzzles to solve. In the activities, if something wasn't done correctly, there would be text or narration telling me to reconsider my choices. This was an example of verbal communication helping me reach the correct answer. A form of nonverbal communication in the game that was helpful were the expressions the characters had while doing different things. They helped me better understand the mood and setting, and in turn led me to make better decisions. In real life, both types of communication are essential in getting a point across and to express and share ideas with others while working together. Throughout the course, either doing assignments or playing my personal GPS, I have learned many new things about myself. Doing the self-assessments in the game and in assignments, I have learned that my strengths are my initiative and collaboration skills. Prior to playing the game, I was not always sure how to apply my skills in different situations, but the different activities have given me experience on that. In the assignments, I learned about my resiliency level and how it is important in everyday life on dealing with challenges. Most importantly, throughout both the game and assignments, I have learned that of the importance of planning and how I can benefit from it. This was something I was not entirely aware of before the course. From the assignments, a career pathway was planned, which helps me know which path to take to reach my goal. In my personal GPS, the activity Party Planner focused on the consequences of not planning and taught how to create a good plan. After completing the game and the assignments, I have noticed the growth in my ability to put my skills into use, and in the skills themselves. Constantly reflecting on my strengths and weaknesses gave me a better knowledge on how to improve myself and in which situations my skills are the most useful. I believe that my personal GPS contributed more to my improvement because it gave examples on how each skill could be applied in real life, and that was an eye-opener for me. Rather than writing about what might happen, I had the opportunity to experience situations where the learning skills were needed.